2 ball down. Does have a look at the one. Nothing easy on it though. And the break, of course, always important. And it's notoriously, well, not an easy break. The 10 ball. Looking to make the 2 balls into the side pockets that are racked behind the one. Sometimes you get the 4 railers, the back corner balls, going all the way round 4 rails and dropping into one of these bottom left or right corners. And it looks like Alex might be kicking this from behind. More nervous, the players or me doing that introduction. I've never done it before. Well, 2 ball already down. There's Fedor Gorst, Torsten Holman as well in the picture. Koping Chung, Koping Han. And our youngest fan that's been here almost all week. I was feeling fine until Fedor Gorst walked in. And all of a sudden, I got the jitters. He's a bit of a superstar, isn't he? So slight swerve around the 7 ball. Well, that's not a nice kiss, even if it goes in. Well, could have been worse, I guess. Hasn't left anything. He's left his bank, of course. Good to see some players that have stuck around. They've been enjoying the islands after their exit from the tournament. 3 ball in the side. Nice little cannon into the 4 as well. Good start from Alex. 8 ball, just maybe slightly difficult. Has to make sure he gets on it. Probably centre table. He will be trying to get on the 8. That's a little bit later on though. A few more balls to go before we get to that. Well, he's left himself just maybe slightly jacked up over this 7 ball. Yeah, I think he's going to have to draw out of this one. Now there is no shot clock, but the referees have been told, have told the players that if they feel a little bit too long a time is being taken, he will introduce a shot clock. Oh, that's gone slightly wrong, especially as he needs to be precise on this 8 ball, because it only goes into this bottom right hand corner and he needs to finish centre table kind of on the same line as the 7 is now. he's had to come short side into the corner pocket. Now, what angle has he got on it? He'd love an angle where the cue ball's going slightly to the right. May have to go into something here, depending on the angle he's got. Yeah, had to go into the 10 ball. Work still not done yet. There's the other bleachers from behind the table. Seating on 3 sides. They've worked very, very hard to get this arena ready for tonight. This has all come from the kiss he got on the 7 ball when he was playing from the 6. Wow, what a miss. And it was just kind of snowballing, wasn't it? Got that little bit out of position. And then it progressively got worse. And that was the result. Maybe concentrating a little bit too much on the 10 ball. Maybe took his eye off it. So a chance for Dennis Grabe, the world number 9. Oh, he's just about perfect on this. He's okay. Went slightly further. Players just had 15 minutes each before to have a little practice. It looks like it's going to be the Estonian. It takes the first rack, and it is. So Dennis Grabe leads 1-0 in this race to 10. Back with rack 2 very soon. Just in time then to see Dennis Grabe break off alternate break. You saw the island of Karumba there. It was one of Bart Simpson's saying, wasn't it? Hi Karumba. And yeah, you've seen some of the players enjoying that island yesterday. Having fun in the water. And both of these players have already won 3 nights at the resort of their choice. Along, of course, with $32,000 US to the winner and 16 to the runner-up.
1 ball side.
Now is he drawing back for the 3 into the corner? He certainly is. That's a great shot, and he's got a really nice angle as well. He can run the cue ball between the 9 and the 8 here, I believe. Was beaten by Nukioi in the semi-finals of this year's World 10 Ball WPA Predator Championships. Very nicely done. Leaves himself the perfect angle on the 4 ball to go up for the 5. 6 to the 8. Could be a problem depending on where he can get the cue ball on the 6. It was a problem, wasn't it, in the last rack for Alex Kazakis, that 8 ball. Wouldn't go into either of the bottom corners, had to play it short side into the top left. But then the position went a little bit awry from there on. Well, may have to go across twice here. I'm not sure he'll want to leave himself too far from the 8. Yeah, that's where he would love to be. So the 10 ball doesn't even come into the equation. Well, he's finished short. I think he can just stunt past the 10 ball though, in and out of this right hand corner with some low left. Oh, this is a dream start for Dennis Grabe. Was gifted the first rack against the break of Alex Kazakis. This is to take a 2-0 lead. So stunt off the right. Oh, he could just hold it straight even better. Didn't have to force.
10 ball corner.
Just played it straight up with just a tad of right hand spin on the cue ball, just to turn it over slightly. Hard to call a winner in this, to be honest. Just 2 places between them in the world rankings, and they might even both be moving up after this performance. Number 9 and number 7.
Rồi, và như thế này thì cái điểm số thứ 2 sẽ thuộc về cho Dennis Grabe thôi.
Sand, sea, sunshine. Some dolphins as well to keep you company on these beautiful islands. Alex getting ready to break with his new Predator white break cue, the BK rush.
Score. Dennis Grabe 2, Alex Kazakis 0. Third record of the game, Alex Kazakis to break.
There's the third one. I knew the other one wouldn't be too far away. We now have co-pin 3. Makes the wing ball the 7 in the side. Oh, the 8 ball's going to spoil the party, I think. He may have a look at it where he can play a thin safety off the edge of the 1. He's probably played more racks than anyone
Rồi,
this week. A bit like Fed or Gorst in the
không biết rằng
The
là
World
ở
Nine
trong
Ball
cái tình huống này
recently.
thì con vị số 1 nó có
so many heel
đường
hills
để
and came
chèn
from behind so
đấu
often.
góc hay không, hay là đơn thuần chỉ là một cú chạy
It's
đạn.
pretty much the same for Alex Kazakis,
Alex
beat
Kazakis mà
Albert
thôi.
Vanuatu. After being
Nghĩ là
7-3
chạy đạn
down,
đấy
Alexa
nhưng mà
Pachel in a tough battle late
con
here
này
on Friday
biết
night,
đường rồi.
and then an epic battle against his good friend Demetrius
là con
Lukatos in the quarters.
Đủ cái má
And then
để
he had
kéo
just
ngang qua
45
sau
minutes
4 và 6
before
hay
he
không.
had to take on Carlo Biardo, because that match against Lukatos went on for so long, about 4 hours 15 minutes it was. He then somehow found the energy and the heart to go on and beat the Filipino Black Tiger by 10 racks to 7. Well, he does have the thin off the 1. Cue ball round 3 rails behind the 10, 3 and 2. He doesn't like that for some reason. I'm not sure why.
1 ball, corner.
He's calling a just in case
Sẽ là
here,
một cú chạy
maybe
đạn đấy.
going off the 9 or something. He's playing safety, but he's calling it as a precaution. Yeah, just was kind of thinking he might get
Như thế này thì phơi
a
mất
kick-off.
rồi.
one of those balls over the 5 or the 9.
Kazakis
But
cố
this
để
is a chance for
cho
Dennis.
con vị số 1 nó
And he
đi
possesses
lọt
the
qua
cue
đi con số
power.
5. Tuy nhiên rằng là đã có sự va chạm không nằm trong tính toán của anh ấy, thế nên là con vị số 1 này nó phơi mất rồi.
1 ball, corner.
Dennis also with some good wins over Shivam Arora,
Vị trí từ con
the
vị
national
này,
10 ball champion
con vị số
of
1 và
India.
con vị số 2 thì
In
không
the
khó lắm
first round, he then beat Fedor Gorst,
đối với
Jonas Magpantai,
các cơ thủ mà
from the
cỡ
Philippines,
quốc tế như
and
thế
then
này.
a double over the Polish Daniel Maciel and Konrad Jusichin in the semi-final.
Ui dồi ôi, đấy.
So, first mistake from Dennis,
Rồi,
and it should cost him,
con
well,
vị 1
say
đã
that.
phơi. Tuy nhiên con vị số 2
It's a
thì
thin snick.
góc cam trần đã cho anh em thấy con vị số 2 vẫn còn đường riêng.
Some distance
Tuy
away
nhiên
from
rằng
that.
là không biết
A little bit close to
Kazakis sẽ
the
điều
rail, wasn't
động
it?
cái
Digging
má
down
như
as
thế
well,
nào để
playing
mà
with
con
power.
vị số 2
Never
đây ạ.
easy. So can cut this one.
Cố
into
gắng
the
ăn con vị
side
số 1
pocket.
và mở má để
Can
ăn
either use some
mở
left
cái
hand
góc
spin to come
đủ
back
nhìn
down the
thấy
left hand side
con
of
vị
the
số 2
table,
thôi.
or can use 2 rails
Để
going the
cố
other way.
gắng lấy cái quyền
It's
chủ động
inside
trong
spin.
cái
9 o'clock
tình huống
on the
này
clock
thôi.
face. Watch the cue ball when it hits that rail, comes back down the left hand side.
Anh ấy quyết định đẩy một đường.
What angles he
Cú cà
left
phê
himself
một
though.
băng dựng lên. Hay. Như thế này thì chắc Kazakis sẽ bắt đầu chạy đạn tới con vị số 3
To
đây.
be honest, I'm not sure.
Ăn con vị số
Well,
2
he's got
và
available
cố
here.
gắng lấy cái quyền chủ động thôi. Cộng 39 thì
If
không
he
được
doesn't
đâu.
have the angle, well, maybe the 3-5 combo is an
Với
option.
cái cú
He's
đánh
also
này mà
got
đánh
the
nó
safety
tụt
option as
xuống
well.
thì con vị số 2 rất dễ lạc lỗ.
Let's see how he feels about it.
Hình như
Yeah, the
Kazakis
3
như mình
and
đang nhìn
5
thấy như anh
slightly
ấy đang
offset,
cái gậy của
but it
Raptor.
could be made.
Cây này là cây
Maybe
drone
trying
thì
to
phải.
disturb something here.
Rất hay đấy ạ.
Maybe the
9 ball
3-9.
side.
I didn't think about that one. Now on these combos you're controlling 3 balls, the cue ball, the red 3 and the 9. Needs to make sure he's got a good shot on the 3 after
Viên
this.
không am hiểu về bia thì nói ít thôi. Ok bạn,
Now what angle does he have?
bạn nói
To
gì
get to
cũng
the
được.
4, might have to settle for a slightly longer 4 ball. Don't think he has the angle to get very close to it.
Kazakis đã thực
So
hiện
just a little
sự hay
bounce
cho
off
con
the
bi
side rail.
3+9.
Oh, he had
Thế
some
này thì cái hình bi
right
này là
hand
mở
spin
dành
on
cho
that, so
Kazakis
he's
rồi.
got
Nào
much
hãy
closer
tỉnh
to
lại
the
đi.
5 ball, the 4 ball rather.
Trận này là trận chung kết rồi thì có biết
Looking at
người
options
bi phải chịu
coming
đựng
down
không?
the right hand side of the
Không bạn
table.
ơi, mình không biết đâu bạn ơi.
5 ball definitely
Rồi,
goes,
như
of
thế này thì
course.
chắc
Not sure it
Kazakis
does
sẽ
pass
một
the
cú dựng một băng thôi.
10 into the right hand
Cố
corner.
gắng lấy cái má ngoài của con bi số
Just
5.
slight right hand spin, so he's going to the right hand side of the table.
Để nó không bị.
Just a little half a
quá
tip
là
of
nặng.
spin. Nothing too drastic.
Nào, lực. Rồi, như thế này cũng được gọi là tương đối là đẹp
Now
rồi đấy
can
ạ.
draw to the side rail, or he can go
Vậy là
2
Kazakis sẽ
rails
thực hiện một cú
past the
kéo,
10.
một băng hay là một cú ép qua đầu con bi số 9.
He wants to get his name on that
Ép qua đầu con
scoreboard.
bi
He
số
wants
10.
to get
Xin lỗi tất cả các
a
bạn.
tick next to it to feel part of the match.
Rồi, như vậy là một cú ép qua mặt con bi số
Nicely
10.
done. And it would be great if we could see both players live up to their world rankings of 7
Đẹp à.
and 9. Let's see a good close final.
Tâm lý lắm anh em ạ. Kazakis đang tương đối tê như mình cảm nhận. Tê. Thực hiện một vài những cái con bi từ đầu trận đấu tới giờ thì mình nhận định rằng Kazakis đang tương đối tê, tâm lý chưa ổn định.
Well, maybe
Rồi, cái
dead
này thì sẽ
straight
là một cú rút về thôi.
on this 8 ball, so just draw back
Đừng có mát tay quá trong bi
closest
này
to the
là
rail.
được.
Maybe can just bounce off it past the side pocket. There you see the tip very low. And then the nice stroke all the way
Ngon
through the
lắm
ball.
rồi anh em ơi.
Beautifully played.
Tỉnh dậy đi Kazakis. Nếu như anh không tỉnh
This
dậy
tempo.
thì
To half
Nguy lắm.
Dennis's lead at 2-1.
để đối thủ dẫn trước 4 game, 3 game đấu là nguy lắm.
Welcome to the final, Alex Kazakis. He trails 2-1.
Tương đối hay đấy anh em ạ. Cứ sau một game đấu là ông quảng cáo liên tục. Đúng rồi bạn ơi. Alex Kazakis đã chiến thắng Carlo Viedo với tỷ số là 19. Còn Dennis Grabe thì chiến thắng
Welcome back on myself
tỷ số là bao nhiêu
and
thì
some
mình
social
không rõ
media
lắm.
guys from Vietnam, Huey and Tu. We had a little trip to Hula Malet
Carlo Viedo
this
thì
morning,
trong
a
cái tình
man-made
huống
island.
chạy đạn từ con bi
Had
số
a walk
1
along the beach, a nice
của
cup
Carlo
of
Viedo
coffee.
thì được gọi là đen.
Score Dennis Grabe
Còn
2,
bị cái vô
Alex
tình va chạm
Kazakis
vào con bi
1.
số 7 và nó đã
Fourth wreck of the
chạy
game.
đạn
Dennis
xuống
Grabe to
cái
break.
lỗ luôn.
Our
Đen anh
referee
em ạ.
doing a fine job, as they all have this week. Ahmed Sujal, local man here from the
Cái
Maldives.
giải này của hệ thống ranking của WPA thì giải nhất hiện tại
Cue ball
đang là
arcing
32.000
very,
đô.
very close to that
Tổng
side
giải thưởng,
pocket.
tổng giải
Well,
thưởng đâu đó nó rơi vào
Dennis would
khoảng
love to
100.000
be able to
đô.
bottle that break.
Thì giải nhất khoảng
The one ball
32.000 đô.
has gone
quên,
exactly
giải nhất
where
chính
they
xác là
planned.
32.000 đô.
Didn't quite control
Quy
the
ra
cue
tiền
ball.
Việt thì đâu đó nó rơi vào tầm 800, gần 800.
but nothing tied up.
Thực sự mà nói thì Dennis Grabe có cái cú phá
3 to the
rất
4.
là tốt anh em ạ. Cái lực khủng khiếp và kèm vào đó là cái việc kiểm soát con bi cái hay. Cái hình bi như thế này thì
He's okay, can just
mình
kind
nghĩ
of
là hết thôi.
hold the cue ball along the line of the two now.
Nào có đánh một cú đơn giản không? Đấy.
All important shot. The 4 to the 6.
Ở trong cái hình bi này thì chả có tình huống nào
Needs
hết.
to finish low
Chỉ còn tình huống
on
đó
the
chính
6
là
ball or
tâm lý
straight.
thi đấu thôi. Hết tình huống rồi anh em ạ.
With some right hand spin. Well,
Grabe
it's gone
chủ động lấy
slightly
cái má này
wrong.
hay sao
Want
đây?
to be a little bit straighter on this, so he's going to have to change plan. Would have liked to have played it into the top right, I think. But
Nếu
now
như
looking at
mà
the possibility of the centre,
phải điều động con bi số 6 về
maybe
phía
the
bên
left
phía lỗ
hand
10,
top corner
bên
past the
tay trái
9.
của anh em ạ. Thì cái việc
If he
mà
does
về con bi số
overrun
7
it
là
slightly,
khó đấy.
he
Nếu như
will
mà
have
nó
it
mà
into
sai
the
má
side
con bi số
pocket.
6 thì cái việc điều động về con 7 là khó anh em ơi. Bởi vì cái má nó phải thật chính xác, thật chi tiết ở con bi số 6 thì cái việc điều động về con bi số 7 nó mới đơn giản được. Còn nếu như mà nó bị vách xuống cái má dưới thì là dở lắm. Chính xác sẽ là một cú đẩy cô lê thôi.
Oh, he's overdone that. He's okay. He slid it in.
Nào.
His
Rồi,
table
như thế này
has
là
had
ngon.
least use
Như mình
out
nhìn
of
góc
all the 8 we were using.
camera đây, đầy đủ
There's
ba
the
anh em nhà
coping
cô anh em
3.
ạ. Đầy đủ rau củ quả.
Whenever you have a pitch with them, you have to have one with all of them.
Rồi,
It's
góc
called
như
a
thế này
self
là ngon
3.
rồi. Còn vì cái mà nó chạy xuống một tí nữa thì hơi
I
dở.
have heard me mention the other day, they've got their own clothing line as well. Cobros pants. I think he might have them on tonight, actually.
Thực hiện một cú tâm bi cho con bi số 7 này thôi, hơi cài một chút áp phê.
Not just great pool
Con bi
players and
này
great
nếu như mà
lads,
là
they're
mình
also
tiền bắn thì nó dễ
entrepreneurs.
bị chém dư mỏng.
They're superstars in Chinese
Mình hay thực
Taipei.
hiện những con bi này nó bị dư mỏng anh em ạ. Ô. Gì đây?
He's okay here.
Rồi
Cue
như
ball
thế
past the
này
10, 2 rails.
là vẫn sẽ là một cú ép qua
Would love to come and
ép qua
leave
đầu con bi số
himself
10 thôi.
an angle where he can draw off that left-hand side cushion.
Xin chào bạn Phong Bụi nha.
Has
Rồi,
the Bacote butt
ngon rồi.
with the Revo shaft.
Cái thủ Grabe này
I
người
think
ta
he
đánh
might just have a slight angle.
theo như mình
on
nhận định,
this 9
người ta
ball.
đánh không chỉnh chu lắm. Nhưng mà
Can draw
ngược
stun
lại
into
thì
the
người ta
route.
xử lý những cái con bi khó rất là hay.
Just before the side pocket. Maybe a little bit of low left as well. A bit of left hand spin. About 7 on the clock face.
Mình
Cueing
rất là
very nicely,
đáng
isn't he?
tiếc khi phải chia tay với cầu thủ Grabe anh em ạ. Trận hôm qua khi mà mình coi xong trận đánh của Grabe thì khi anh ấy thua mình đã khóc ròng mấy dòng sông anh em ạ. Tiếc lắm.
Good stuff from Grabe, as he's called. And it's Kazakis, his nickname is Kasabubu.
Vâng, và như vậy thì cái điểm số được nâng lên cho Dennis Grabe. Tỷ số là 3-1.
Dennis Grabe is known as Grabe, and it's Kazakis as Kazabubu, as I said, and he's just had a couple of Kazababy babies.
Dennis Grabe 3, Alex Kazakis 1.
Twin girls.
Fifth track of the game, Alex Kazakis to break.
$32,000 will buy a lot of baby formula and diapers. But he cannot wait to get back and give him a hug.
Quyền phá bi tiếp theo sẽ thuộc về cầu thủ Alex Kazakis.
Will Daddy be the winner or the runner-up? Well, if he keeps breaking like that, he's got every chance of lifting the title. Didn't hit them square, but timed it well, hit them well.
Rồi,
A
Kazakis
lot
đã
of
có
force,
quyền phá
and he's
bi
finished
thành
nicely
công.
on this one. He can
Và cái
draw
hình này
straight
là
back down the
mở
table
rồi anh em ạ.
for the 2. 3 ball already down, so pink 4 will be the next target after the 2.
Không biết là anh ấy có làm được hay không. Mình hy vọng là Kazakis sẽ
they're
làm
both
được mà thôi.
in stroke now. We're in for a treat, guys.
Đừng chệch choạc là được. Đến giờ này mà chệch choạc thì dở lắm. Hay đấy anh em ạ.
Just a bit of work to do. He's got a slight angle on this 4 ball. Doesn't like it. Winces just a little bit. Can follow with just a tad of left-hand spin. Came the other way. That's okay. Just a little bit more angle than maybe he would have wanted on this. It's no big problem. He's just trying to limit the amount of cue ball travel he's going to need from the 7 to the 8. Well, bit surprised at that. He's got more work to do now. Yeah, he seemed to think a lot about that 7 and maybe just overthought it slightly. Thought maybe he was just going to drop it in and hold for the 7. Chose to play a full stroke on it, and he's left this just slightly awkward. The 9 is just a little bit of a hindrance here. Just awkward. He'd like to play it in the side pocket for easier position on the 8 ball. Just can't get the bridge right, and he needs to be quite close to that 9 ball with a cue as well. Well, if there was a shot clock